Good morning. You know, over all these years, I think this is our 11th year now for 3+You coming your way. The open music has always made us happy. I think a lot of you watching every day have commented on how your toes kind of begin to tap when you hear that peppy music, but I'm sure you've noticed our new look here on Local 3. So we've got this new open that says to you each day, hi, good morning, Tennessee Valley. I kind of love it. Puts me in an even happier mood. There's something about that color scheme of the white and the yellow that just kind of makes you feel a bit optimistic and like you can tackle your day in a strong way. I know that might sound hokey, but I really do mean it. So it's a good time for us to have David McNabb on the show. He is with Teen Challenge of the Mid-South, Adult and Teen Challenge of the Mid-South. And it's kind of an appropriate time because we've got a bit of a rainy, dreary morning, David. You might be looking at the gloom of the day as I'm talking about the cheery open that we have coming folks' way. But it's all about your outlook. And that's what you find as you help people overcome their addictions every day. It's about your outlook.
Julie, that is a huge statement. That is such a big truth for us, and that around the Tennessee Valley, Chattanooga in particular, there's like 37 different options for drug recovery and treatment, and because of the 37 different options, that allows us to have some open beds, to be quite honest. Because as a faith-based ministry, is what we do. We believe that based upon the studies that have been done over the years, that we have probably the highest positive outcome that you're going to find. We're starting to around here. We're starting to call it the gold standard, because a lot of the recovery programs don't attempt to do what you just mentioned, and that is change the outlook on life. I think a lot of folks, when they think about trying to get over their addiction and so forth, they think it in terms of kicking a habit. But it's not about kicking a habit. It's kicking a way of looking at life. And what we do, and what we've always done here at Adult and Teen Challenge, and what most all long-term residential faith-based recovery programs will do, was they will have you focus not on the habit itself, but on having a new way of looking at life. And that's what our focus is.
There was a story that came out earlier this week that I was reading about, and it's a couple out of Atlanta. I think they have a Chattanooga connection now. Forgive me that I won't have all the details straight. But the point was that they were addicts in Atlanta. She, I remember, was in jail, and she just kind of had this epiphany moment where she thought, I don't want to do this anymore. And so they very much are impassioned. They spread help to people who they see still facing the same problems that they overcame, but their faith is the propeller for them. And I remember reading the story thinking, what a lucky stroke actually to have happen in your life, that you can have a day where you once knew life one way and now you know life another way.
Exactly, and that's the point, And we have, and like I say, there's a lot, during the time that we've had the COVID thing going on, which is still very prevalent. It's here on our campus as well. When we've had this going on, but as the COVID thing, we've been focusing on that. The issue with the opioid addiction and the drug abuse and the overdoses, they're still going on at the same rate, if not a higher rate than what they were. And when it comes to a faith-based recovery, the idea that we want to try, we address the spiritual aspect of your life, obviously, because we want to replace that outlook you had to begin with a relationship with God that's going to help you through the issues and the stresses and the traumas that you've dealt with. That's important. We're going to help you with your physical aspect of it. We're going to hopefully going to leave here much healthier than you've been here before. And mentally, you've got guys and girls here that are going through the program with you that are in the same path, but they're striving for the same things. And, we've had folks come to us that all they're trying to do is just satisfy the court. They're trying to satisfy mom and dad. They're trying to get back in the good graces of somebody. And to be honest, Julie, it takes more than that. And I'll be very quick to tell you that our program, being from 4 to 12 months, is difficult. And we have a lot of folks that drop out because they don't understand that it's just not getting over a hump. It's about a new way of looking at life. It's your perspective. It's dealing with problems. It's facing the same problems everybody faces, except now you're facing it with a clear mind, with a clear outlook, and knowing that you're not facing it alone. We believe that's the key to what we do, and the reason that we think that a faith-based focus is so much superior than just dealing with the habit.
I don't know how to ask you this effectively, but I'm going to try.
All
So I know I talk a lot about faith. I don't mind using the term faith-based, but when it comes to my own, I'm very private. I think a lot of people are. So when people come into your program at Teen Challenge and you talk about it being faith-based, how much of their own personal interpretation, if you will, do they get to bring to it? Do you see what I'm asking you? Is it denomination specific or is it individual specific?
Absolutely not, Julie. In fact, I'll tell you this: that I made the statement to a lot of folks coming in the program. It's almost better if you come in with an open heart, an open mind, and basically putting all your religion on the shelf, because we're going to introduce you to the Bible. It's the same Bible you carry to church. There's nothing weird about it. But no, we are a non-denominational entity that we want to introduce you to the person of Jesus Christ without all of the labels, without all the confines of what your denomination might bring to you. We want to introduce you to a God who loves you, a God who paid for your sins. Obviously, it is going to be Christ based. When we talk about being faith based, it's not how should I say this? If it's Judeo-Christian based, we're fine. If you're coming from another kind of faith, but at least you're open to the person of Jesus Christ, that's what we're looking for. Mm-hmm. But no, if you're coming in here and you say, I'm an atheist, I don't believe in God, it's going to be a very, very difficult program, because we name the God that we're referring to. We are talking about a personal relationship with Jesus Christ that transcends everything else. So no, it's a fair question, and we have to answer it with the folks that come in, and we'd like the public to know that as well. But it is a Judeo-Christian, biblically based doctrine or faith that we're going to talk about and hopefully develop. And that's what it's. And we don't want you to walk away with the doctrine. We want you to walk away having met the person of Jesus Christ and let Him deal with the issues that you have. I mean, one size doesn't fit all when it comes to just that. I mean, Jesus meets us where we are, and that's the Jesus we want them to meet.
Okay, before I let you run, because I know you have a busy day ahead, you got a meeting to get to. In terms of who comes into the program, you touched a minute ago on the opioid side of things. Talk to me about the stigma that has been attached, that hopefully is no longer going to be attached for people who are struggling with these addictions. They're real.
They are real. They're very real. And in some cases, there is a mental health component to it, and we're very quick to say we know our lane, and we might be able to address that. But, I used the term, a while ago, I used the term recovery a lot. And we've got some of our counselors that kind of cringe when I use the word recovery, because we don't want you just to come in here and we'll spend the rest of your life thinking about the fact, well, I'm a recovered addict. I'm an addict. I'm going to always be an addict. No, we hope to see you find deliverance, where you walk away from that, you never pick it up again, and you do not carry that as this burden on your back for the rest of your life. That's our goal, and we believe only God can do that.
All right, David McNabb, I'm going to let you leave it there. He is the Executive Director of the Adult and Teen Challenge of the Mid-South. Their phone number there on your screen, if you would like to call them, 423-756-5558. You can also find them online at tcmidsouth.org. David, thanks as always.
Thank you, Julie. Have a great day.